is huge for me, and shaking and vibrating inside my body. I want to pass out just a brochure for you guys to use as a guideline for the back so I can stay on track. So I'll just have you pass it. Okay, don't want to interrupt your lunch. Then these, you may or may not want to have these, but maybe, duty was still. Maybe you float those around, and then I'll get started. So I want to get through a couple of points. I want you to know who I am, why I do what I do, and what we offer in our office and what I don't do. So I'm hoping that those will become solid in your mind any minute. So I'm going to hope that that's the case. So I overcame personally Crohn's, colitis, IBD, IBS, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple, I don't know, shenitises is what I call them. I was sick, fat, nearly dead, and almost died in my 20s. So by the time I was about 24 and a half years old, I contracted chickenpox. I was a crime reporter and a trained investigative reporter in the Tenderloin of San Francisco. So it was a really big deal for me to become the best critical thinker I could, and God had me, I believe, I'm a spiritual person, be born of serious adversity with a hole in my stomach and have all kinds of problems so that I can serve humanity today. So where I'm at in the now is every single day I get more wise because I study, practice, and teach every single thing I do in my office. So people try to say, who is she, what does she do? I'm a consultant. Ultimately, I'm a nutritionist and a GI therapist, but I'm not a doctor. So I don't treat, I don't diagnose, and I don't cure. But what I do is I help you guys as a patient advocate become the best educated consumer you can possibly be. So what does that mean? A lot of people in today's society are spending more effort on how to buy a car, and I love cars too, but how to buy a car than they are on how to navigate their way through a medical mill, which is very fractionated and broken, okay? So I take the whole person, the whole physical, emotional, energetic, nutritional, spiritual, sexual, and financial health and wellness of that person and their organization in their home, their business, their work, their background, their blood type, their ethnicity, every single thing that has to do with what that person needs to accomplish, and we break it down into a system. So what that means is that I'm going to need different services and hierarchy of needs. So similar to all of my practitioners who I partner with, I call them power partners, a holistic dentist, I go in and I find that person. I make sure that they're going to have your best needs in their heart and in their mind, and they're not driving off in a Porsche, at the end of your service day. What I do is I do help you go to your doctor's appointment and navigate extremely complicated cases. I use a variety of tools in my office. Obviously, GI therapies and nutrition is number one, nutrition and hydration. So as you can see on the back page, you'll see water filtration. I'm obsessed with clean water. I'm like Erin Brockovich of my modern day, basically. So anything having to do with water, you'll always see me using my green drinks and practicing all of my recipes. Nutrition and hydration, using Vitamix blenders, saved my life because I was unable to eat food, and they said I wouldn't have children. All of this nonsense. I'm now a grandmother. I birthed physically 3 children. They're 14, going to be 14, 12, and 6. And a lot of you guys have kind of met them sometime in our office. And I'm fortunate enough to actually be able to do my primary mission, which is to help anyone who wants to, not those who don't want to, because they obviously aren't a waste of time, right? But take control of their health outcome. So if you know people that need to look at their environment organizationally, wellness, overcoming all of the things that I've done has really sharpened my sword. Also, I'm an eating disorder specialist. So one thing that people don't know is that I was bulimic and anorexic. That almost took my life, and I was an elite athlete going into a massive Olympic swimming career, which was completely decimated. So I know what it's like to lose a lot, and I know what it's like to gain a lot. So where I'm at right now is I'm only as good as my partners. We are in our office doing a lot of tools, doing a lot of live blood cell testing, a lot of genetics. I spend a lot of time of my day studying. So as far as supplementation, I am, as an investigative reporter tied to MIT, I have a real massive skill that you can use me as a consultant. I'm a master critical thinker. I will not be a licensed practitioner in the United States, ever. This is for a reason. I can actually say whatever I need to say to you based on real reality, based on evidence. So I'm a member of the Cochrane Collaboration, which is out of Denmark. They don't take back pocket money from anyone. I am a member of the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. They're also a paid by member organization, so they cannot be thwarted, paid by pharmaceutical companies. They cannot be bought or sold. I cannot be bought or sold. That's an interesting position to be in the United States of America today. So I want to go over really quickly what I do. I do a needs assessment. I'm offering one free today. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring my gift, and what's a better gift than a consultation confidentially with myself. My team is all organized and they all have different specialties in and around our practice, and all of my referrals are pre-screened, so you know that anyone that I send you to, I've either used myself or I'm in practice with. So I do colon hydrotherapy, detox, and obviously weight management's a huge issue. My specialty is leaky gut, adrenal, thyroid problems, and different, shenitises that develop from that. We have an epidemic of infertility, all types of problems related to people being stressed out. And obviously I need power partners in order to let people know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, especially when they've been disease mongered, which is told they have all of these obstacles like I was, and that I wouldn't have children, and that I would need to do tons of more surgeries. I still have all my body parts because I fired them, okay? I fired them and asked critical questions and decided to take control. For me, it was gluten, wheat, and dairy. I was allergic to it from the day one. And what happened is that I had to eliminate those things. Now, with all of the different services that I provide in my office and all of my doctor partners and all of the companies and geneticists that have my back for my work across the United States and the globe, I can see the entire internal human genome of your body. What does that mean? Well, that means that someone like me that had the opportunity at 30 years old to see the entire cellular input of my body through SpectraCell, now I can see everything: leaky gut, adrenal, thyroid, Hashimoto's, anything that can be a fire that'll go off and start other fires that will start massive disease processes from stem to stern. So when you use these tools and you have a practitioner who has your back and they're a liaison between you and the different services we do need medical doctors, we need people and for certain things, for drugs and surgery. You have someone that has your back and your best interest at heart. So I work sliding scale. I don't take insurance. I take the health savings account cards, and it's kind of a fiasco, but I do everything I can to protect you guys, your finances, and I hope to see you in our office, even if it's for a free 15-minute tour. And thank you for listening, and I appreciate it.